All right. So, hello guys. Welcome to an Entrepreneur's Mind episode 4. Today we have with us Faisal Anwar. Faisal is a co-founder at Brandslane. Brandslane helps e-commerce companies with digital marketing. Welcome, Faisal, on the show.
Hello, Nikhil. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure being here, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking time. So
Pleasure.
quickly get started, Faisal, can you tell us more about your current work and how you're coping up with this COVID-19 situation?
Sure. So basically, I am the founder of Brandslane. So my current work involves helping e-commerce brands scale their current revenues.
Hmm.
So that is what my entire work is around. So we focus on online platforms, help them, generate more revenues from platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Google,
Hmm.
like a 360-degree approach, and not just revenue. We help them become profitable. We help them scale, and not just run ads, but actually scale their businesses from zero to you know whatever number they are looking for. So that is a very data driven approach that we have. We have a small team of experts that is always working on our clientele. So yeah, that is what the whole picture is. And as far as COVID goes, it has been a tough few months, but
Hmm.
we were strong, resilient. We got new clientele. uh, there's a huge opportunity right now for e-commerce businesses, so we leveraged that
Yes.
and strongly got
Hmm.
back on track.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Faisal. How long it's been you have started the firm Brandslane?
Well, Brandslane, this is like I guess in July we are going to complete 1 year.
Okay.
But I have been in this field for the last 2.5 years. I started off into online marketing at the end of my MBA in 2017, and after that, after a slight corporate stint of 7 months, I realized that this is something I'm more passionate about. So I started my own agency with my business partner Anindya Mishra. He is also based out of Noida.
Okay.
So yeah, we we met on Facebook of all places, and then we decided that we should be working together because we have common goals. And
Right.
then we slowly and gradually started expanding our team, and just
Great.
started my personal brand along the way on LinkedIn. So that
Great.
helped a lot.
Yeah, talking about LinkedIn, I would definitely like to tell my viewers, Faisal is really active on LinkedIn. He is almost like an influencer at LinkedIn, I feel. So I keep following his profile quite a lot. His posts are amazing. You should definitely go and check out his profile.
Thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
And Faisal, so just curious to know how this entrepreneur journey got started. What came in mind and how did this start?
So my entrepreneurial journey was very accidental. I come from a corporate background, not exactly a corporate background, but an MBA student. Starting my own thing was never a part of, in my purview. It was never a part of the plan to put it down that way. But when I started off my job, I realized that this is going to continue for the next 20 years, and I just can't imagine doing my this for the
Yes.
next one day as well. So,
Mhm.
how bad could it be working for yourself? So that
Yeah.
was the question. And on 2nd of November 2018,
Okay.
I quit my job, and it was actually 1 year, exactly 1 year after I got placed. I got placed on 2nd of November 2017 as a student,
Okay.
and I quit on 22nd November 2018 just for
Okay.
cinematic effect. I did that so that I have a story to tell. So, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
So,
Amazing.
yep. So that was what actually got me started.
Okay.
Uh, and then there was no turning back.
Mhm.
I had no idea about online advertising, like I did, but not
Mhm.
as an expert.
Okay.
So I worked in another agency for like a couple of months to just learn the tricks of actually how the business is done rather than work as a freelancer. I wanted to have my own agency and in a very formalized structure in that.
Right.
So I learned as much as I could, and then I started taking up my own clients under Brandslane with my business partner, and we started scaling them. And like it was like one of our initial clients in July, we scaled that client to 1 crore, over a crore actually, in
Oh,
by October. So in 3 months, we scaled the client from zero to a crore in October, like from July to October. So that was just three and a half months that we did that.
amazing, amazing. So I'm sure every entrepreneur goes through a lot of challenges, and throughout his journey there are a lot of struggles. Any one particular challenge that you found in your journey and which was difficult to overcome, but you somehow did it?
Discipline and consistency are the major major, you can say,
Okay.
roadblocks initially.
Okay.
When you have to find your why, and it has to be strong enough for you to continue amidst multiple failures. Sometimes, yes, the idea does come that I should quit and I can't do this and everything, but
Yeah.
your why and your why needs to be very strong. So
Right.
that is what brings in the consistency and the discipline. I don't mean discipline by waking up 6 a.m. every day. I woke up at 10 today, man, because I was awake till I think I was awake till 6
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was
Right.
working. So it isn't like you can do this just for 1 week and it's going to. I have been doing this for over a year now, and slowly and gradually, my personal brand also started. It wasn't a one-day miracle. I tested out multiple things. I used to post like 6 to 7 times a day just to know which is going to work. So
Yeah.
that consistency with content, it came after a while, and now I don't even have to think before posting a content. So it took time, but yeah, it has been very fruitful. So these two are the major roadblocks. Apart from that, anything can be done.
Amazing. I'm actually learning from you quite a lot. I'm trying to get on LinkedIn and do quite a lot of stuff. Of course, I'm
That's,
trying to maintain the consistency as well.
yes, that's important.
Yes. Yes. So to make it more fun, Faisal, suppose we I have got a bad news for you, and the bad news is suppose we both have to start a business together right now, and just forget about Brandsland. I'll forget about what I am doing right now. So we
Okay.
both have to start a business together, and we have about $500 in our account, $500. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So what would you like to start? I'm just like a sleeping partner completely. So
Okay.
what would you like to start?
Cool. So my first question would be, what skills do you bring in?
I can manage things. I am good at relationship building, sales,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
basically. Yeah,
Okay.
I know quite a lot of tools on the sales sites
Okay.
that we can work with. Yes.
Okay. Cool. So you are good with systems, right?
Yes.
So my go-to place would be to tackle an industry which I always already have a leverage in.
Hmm.
So if I was to considering just that the fact that I don't have brands and everything, I
Right.
do have the leverage, right? I do have a leverage in a
Experience.
specific
Yes,
industry.
you can use the experience.
Huh?
You can use your experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
more than experience, it's the leverage. Like
Yeah.
I'm not as experienced as the best digital marketers out there, I guess. But
Right.
I have that leverage of knowing people. I have the leverage of my of having been on this social platform
Yeah.
wherever I am for over a year, and
Hmm.
that leverage gives you good industry exposure,
Right.
even online.
Right.
So I will be able to close good number, at least get a good number of people in
Hmm.
my loop. You can say e-commerce हो गया या फिर any kind of online marketing thing, and
Hmm.
you can have the sales system to close them, and we can set up a delivery system for that. Simple.
Okay. Okay.
Delivery
Okay.
system would be people who are already following me. Now there are a lot of people who are following me who are good digital marketers who want to work under me, right? So I'll hire their services as freelancers. I'm going to close the project. I'm going to get it delivered. I'm going to start a business from scratch again. This is how we started Brandstain actually.
Okay. Okay. Anything you want to know on a basic step? How do you start? I mean, where do you start posting? How do you connect with the customers? Basically.
So most of my clientele or even the audience is inbound.
Hmm.
So when I'm starting posting, actually you don't start with posting, you start with observing. So you will be learning a lot of language when you are on a platform. So I use
Yes.
two platforms
Hmm.
primarily. One would be LinkedIn, and my secondary platform is of choice is Facebook. So Facebook has enormously powerful Facebook groups.
Right.
Facebook groups are like millions of people in
Hmm.
groups, right? So that is a good way to brand yourself amongst experts. So Facebook group is just for experts. So there you can brand yourself. And on LinkedIn also, you have to know the language
Hmm.
and the kind of things that people are talking about. So that is what I did on LinkedIn. I realized what people actually want to listen and want to talk about, and I started discussing those points with the context of my expertise in a specific field. So I did not start off as a like from initial days only. I started branding myself as a Facebook ads expert, right?
Okay.
Uh, because I had the knowledge, obviously, and I had delivered a couple of projects.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
the important thing is not to come off as, even if you are, you should not ever come off as a person who is not an expert. I did that mistakes on a couple of other platforms, and that delayed the growth curve largely.
Okay.
So if you brand yourself, if you have the confidence enough and the skill set enough to brand, and obviously the delivery team enough to
Hmm.
brand yourself as an expert, You should start off like that, and that is how I started. When I realized that the team behind me is an expert, and I myself know pretty well about all aspects of online marketing, so I branded myself as an expert, and slowly and gradually people started noticing. So, very funnily, I have never used the word expert on any of my profile. Even if you go to my profile, you won't see anywhere written that I am an expert in this or that. I'm just a social media and online marketing consultant. People call me an expert.
Right.
So that is a strong indication of how I started off. So I started off in that sense. On Facebook also, I started repercuting my strategies and everything. But it has worked in my favor. So all my people who connect with me and know my work are inbound. They come to me themselves.
Amazing.
Because of the value I'm putting out there.
Right. Amazing. I mean, a lot of people struggle to understand how to start. Even I myself are stuck facing. So what I learned from you is we should not brand ourselves as experts in the beginning, right?
If you don't have the expertise in it, obviously it'll be wrong. It'll be unethical if you call yourself an expert and you are not.
Of course, right.
But if you know how to get things done, or you have a delivery team for that, right? Then you shall never start on a platform as a learner or a beginner, because people don't want to do business with people who are learners or beginners, right? You will get the kind of the quality of people that you preach to be working with. So if you brand yourself that I am a learner, the people are going to only those kind of people are going to come in. So my intention is to bring in kind of businesses that invest heavily, and people won't invest heavy amounts for ads if the person running the ad is not an expert.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Thank you so much, Faisal, for all the information that you have given. So we'll move further. Just quick questions, some personal questions that we have got. We call it battery up moment and battery down moment. So one moment in your entire life where you felt completely devastated and you didn't know how to come up with this thing, but somehow you overcame that.
Yeah. So like this happened in the last month of October. I was suffering from I got admit for a month in hospital. It was a problem that I had. I was sick. So it was like the lowest moment of our initial journey itself. Like we started off in July, and now I am in the hospital in October, and there was a huge lag there. And that is the time, like even my pockets were empty because I had spent everything on this company. A lot I have invested in for hiring and everything, and I was literally broke. And I still remember the time when I was coming from an online marketing consultation. I did not have enough money to pay for the cab. So, but I did. But it was a very tough time. But that month of October, as soon as I got out of the hospital, the 20 days when I was recuperating, and even the days when I was in the hospital, you won't believe I spent like as much as time as I could on LinkedIn. Even like when I was bedridden, because I knew that if I keep branding myself, even in the time when I can't deliver or be there or take projects, I can win. So this is a funny story that on 15th, like I was in the hospital till 10th of October, and on 15th, I came back from a blood test or something, and I got a call from an agency based out of Pune, and I was like, "Hi, this is Faisal," and he was like, "The founder is on the other line, and we are taking up this project, and you are our Facebook ads expert, and your agency is going to be working with us." That quick it happened because I was relentless on that platform. So yeah, it was a bittersweet story. It was a tough time, but I have learned not to take tough time as tough. Always know that you will survive. I have a loving family which is always there for supporting me. I always have that at the back of my head. So even if at the worst of the worst, I won't be on the streets dying. So give your 100% into that. Always know that like I am fortunate enough to have a family that always backs me, to have friends that always provide a positive atmosphere, to know that there is somewhere that you will land. You won't ever be rock bottom. A lot of people don't have that, and it is an actual blessing to have something like that. So I had that at the back of my mind, that I can start from scratch again. And this happened again during this COVID, and then again we got back up. So it is tough, but it's exciting. I see it as a game now.
Yeah, that's an inspiring story, Faisal. Really, I mean that was an inspiring story. Yeah. So on the other side, what is your battery up moment? One moment where you felt completely top of your world and things?
Yeah, like top of the world keeps on, like top of the world is like a referential thing.
Yeah.
Like what made me excited last year when I closed
Mhm.
my first client,
Mhm.
it was at a very low number, but
Mhm.
I was so happy. And if today I close the client at the same amount, I might just, might not take any client at that amount. So obviously, it keeps on changing,
Yes.
and I have learned to appreciate the now rather than, every moment, every kind of win is a battery up. You know.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I have learned to appreciate that. That is very important, because obviously, if I'm closing a client today at X amount and tomorrow I am going to be closing somebody at a higher amount, so obviously I wouldn't call looking back that this was a win or something, but in the moment it's a win. So I'm very happy every time I close or every time a business does something good or any kind of deal that I have. Even branding stuff. If people invite me like this itself is a battery. So yeah,
I loved your answer. Honestly, I loved your answer
this
because
is not made up, man. This is all that is coming in my mind right now.
yes,
I don't
but
have a script.
yeah, but whatever is coming is amazing because uh, when I ask questions, I ask a lot of questions with people. Kind of a curious person I am, so this kind of an answer, I got it for the first time. So it's very important to be in the moment and enjoy
Exactly.
as things come. Very few people actually realize this stuff, and as you know, the difficult situation is many people are going through this difficult situation, and that
Yes.
that is one of the reason I actually started this podcast as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So moving further, Faisal, one thing that Faisal agrees with, but others completely disagree to it.
Mm, like that is a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with. What do I agree with? I have no
Some of your
specific.
perspective, some perspective that you completely, you know, are up for it, but others, say that no, this doesn't work.
Yeah. So yeah. So there's one thing like. There's one specific thing which a lot of people don't, and even I used to not think it, but my business partner, he changed my perspective on it, and this is what I agree with. It is called thinking internationally. So a lot of people are stuck
Mm-hmm.
like in the journey that I like, incremental growth. Like today I am getting a client for 10,000, tomorrow I will get a 20, then 30, then 40. Now what the other side is that you start off from the top itself. You know that where the market is, where the demand is, and think internationally rather than locally. So we had another podcast in February. So there was another digital marketer. It was like how to get from India to US as a client base. So we told him that we started off with US as a client base and saw an amazing opportunity in India, and we came to India. So
Okay.
thinking internationally is something that I always say that people should, not only in money terms, like in thought process and mindset as well. The things that are going out in the West, the kind of stuff they are doing, though inspired a lot from the East, but
Yeah.
very much refined and contextualized in Western format. So a lot of things that they do, there is a reason that there is a lot of progress there,
Yeah.
because the people, their mindset has evolved. So always try to emulate people who are in the West. Even CEOs and everything, they are becoming. They might be Indian, but they are having a Western mindset, right? They do not have a normal Indian mindset. Ki ho gaya chalta hai. It's
Right.
a,
Agree.
so I always tell people that there's huge opportunity online globally, not just look at India.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I realized very initially, like very early, or not early on, very recently. Uh, it has been a few months only, but having an international mindset works very well for your business, and it is something I recommend everyone to think about.
I completely agree with you on this thing because I myself, I'm in touch with quite a lot of international clients and international, the global people, especially working in the US. Only one thing that I find is people over there are more organized, more focused, and more professional towards their work ethic. That is
Yes,
something that I find missing
yes,
in India,
yes.
and we are slowly getting there. I suppose we are a chaotic. We are more kind of a chaotic,
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
Yep. But that's it. Like, have your aspirations that even the people in e-commerce industries, the top ones we know, they have been trained in the West. So there has to be to be something good going on there, right? Progress comes there first, even if it is about online marketing
Yeah.
or Facebook ads or anything.
Hmm.
So follow the right people to get anywhere in the industry.
Right. Right. That's a great suggestion, Faisal. Thank you so much. So one last question. No, two more last questions. Two more questions. One question is, if you have the superpower to change one thing in this world apart from the COVID-19 situation that we are going through, what would that be?
Education system. If I could change the education system, the way it is structured, the way it is perceived, like it is a education is a personal passion of mine.
Hmm.
Not following the conventional way of learning and not being shackled by the
Hmm.
things that are already existing, like schools and grades and certificates, and knowing that nothing bad can happen to you if you can run a mobile phone, if you can turn on the internet, if you can write a sentence in English or in any language. There is an opportunity out there. So rather than having a scarcity mindset that I cannot do it, having an abundance mindset is important. And you only get an abundance mindset when your mind is not shackled by that. There is that thought process that I need a job to survive. Like I am an example to all my peers. Like
Hmm.
I studied with a lot of my entire class.
Hmm.
None of them have done this. I was the last person who could have done it, but I was the first person who did.
Hmm.
I was not an entrepreneurial person, but
Yeah.
I got into it. Uh, and like last week, I think this day itself, no, it was Friday last week when I was having a webinar with people from Flipkart, from Misho, from Yulu Bikes, from Dell. And there I was, 1 year old entrepreneur from Brandslane. So it was a pleasure seeing my name associated with such big people. And people from my class were reaching out to me that, how the hell are you doing it? I
Amazing.
said, I just started out. So I started out, I started taking opportunities. People who came to me like you approached me in a very orderly and a nice fashion. And that is an opportunity that tomorrow this might explode, right? Your podcast. And I would have the honor of being on your podcast. There
Mhm.
was another podcast my friend took. He interviewed people like Neil Patel and Saurabh Bhatnagar. These are big names in the industry. And I told him, podcast mein mere ko bhi lo. So take my discussions as well. So I have my photo on his wall besides Neil Patel. So
Right.
it was like it feels good, if nothing else,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
so have an abundance mindset that something good is going to happen
Yeah.
if you do things. So don't be shackled by certificates. Like a lot of my corporate friends are just sitting at home कि भाई क्या करूँ समझ नहीं आ रहा कौन सा course करूँ. Course is not going to tell it is not in. I have not done a Facebook ads course
Right.
completely. I had one in 2018 and I just halfway did it
Mm.
and I started because it depends on execution, how much you execute. I don't have the uh, you know patience of completing a course. So
Right. Right.
that is what I tell people. If you don't do anything, if you don't want to do anything, if you are going to be shackled by that, कि मेरी job है and all, I don't need it. I don't need personal branding. Everyone needs personal branding. I believe that you might have heard of Vaibhav Sisinti, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I have taken his.
Vaibhav Sisinti has worked on, he has worked in Uber. He's
Yeah.
working in Loop. But
Yeah.
did he stop his personal branding?
Yeah.
And that is the important, beautiful thing. In a time like this, in COVID, when companies are refusing to pay, that
Right.
person has a brand strong enough
Right.
to generate revenue
Right.
other than his own company or wherever he's working. So
Right.
that's an important thing. He has branded himself so much that he doesn't need a company or anybody. And that is just him. So many employees. I took an example because you have been through his course. There are so
Yes.
many employees all
Right.
across the world
I.
I am in
Yeah.
connect with that are doing this, that
Yes.
are best-selling authors and working as a CMO somewhere,
Right.
right?
Right.
So it is not just for entrepreneurs. You can brand yourself as a professional
Yes.
and still be getting revenue from your personal brand. So that's the beauty of it. Touch with Weber. I've learned a lot from him,
Yes.
and so many other people who are actually doing good work online.
Yes.
So
Yes. And
yes,
talking about the podcast that you were in, I did watch the podcast, and it was really fun. I think the guy's name is Karan, if I'm not wrong. I also
Karan Parwani, yes, yes, yes.
Karan Garmani. I saw his podcast. It was really fun. Uh, yeah, I also saw his interview with Neil Patel as well. Yeah.
Yes, yes. He's doing a good job. He's doing a good podcast
Yes.
job. Yes.
Yes. Yes. I'm sure. I mean, India is picking up with these things. I don't see quite a lot of people doing it, but I think slowly we'll get there.
Right.
Right. And last question, Faisal, your advice or suggestion to upcoming entrepreneurs, and what do you feel about the startup ecosystem in India right now?
Like startup ecosystem is something that I am not an expert in because like I have an agency. It's not
Right.
technically a
Agree.
startup.
Yeah,
I have
agree.
not. We don't need funding and all. It's a self-sustaining business model. So a
Correct.
startup ecosystem might not be the best thing I can advise on. But
Okay.
yeah, for aspiring entrepreneurs, I think having a lot of people become entrepreneurs because like my business partner says that this is the current thing we are saying is entrepreneurship becoming too much accessible because of all the hustle goals and all those Instagram posts and everything that so many people are doing.
Right.
People think that yeah, because Gary Vaynerchuk says that hustle, so even if I hustle for 24 hours, I am going to become something big. So that
Right.
is entrepreneurship becoming too accessible. You need to have your foundation, your why and your house and your you know some leverage you need to have. So when
Right.
I started off, I do not have that strong a tech background, even though I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm not
Right.
that much into tech. So
Right.
I knew that I need to have somebody who is strong in that field so that I, as a people person, can brand myself stronger.
Right. Right.
So everybody, you need to have a leverage when you get into the industry that you need to be super good in something. And just starting out something is not going to work. But
Agree. Hmm.
don't let that stop you either. You
Hmm.
should start off and have the mindset that you have to keep learning new things.
Hmm.
And after a time, stop learning and outsourcing a lot of things. Like you cannot learn the entire everything, right? Like I always tell people that like Ambani started off Jio. Like he's not an expert in fiber optics. He just saw the concept. He must have talked to the experts that get this done.
Right.
So that is the important thing. After a time, it is important to stop learning as well.
Right.
No, but not learn everything. Like you don't. I don't need to learn SEO to get an SEO project.
Of course.
I
Right.
have SEO projects going on. I don't know anything about SEO. I just
Right.
let the people, the
Right.
people I am working with, take care of that.
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
So after a time, stop learning and start executing more, but have a solid foundation.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Sounds good.
All right, Faisal. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, like, subscribe, and comment if you like the podcast. Thank you again, Faisal.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.